If Chris Bumstead comes back, would he win his 7th Olympia? I've read comments like this both months ago and now that Gymshark has posted this with Sam Sulek, David Leith and the BAM. And in today's video, I'm going to give my opinion about this after doing my analysis, and then, since we're at it, we'll take a look at Keon's incredible current condition, which I also want to talk about. Let's begin with Chris Bumstead. There's no doubt that in this update he looks incredible, considering he's been retired from bodybuilding for over a year. He no longer plans to compete. He's focused on his businesses, his family, his daughters. He's training in a much more functional way now, focusing more on health and mobility, and he's also doing some strength training. But his main focus is no longer pure hypertrophy. He doesn't want to be a 130 or 140 kilo monster in the off-season anymore, no. Now he can weigh around 115 or 120 kilos comfortably without suffering. Lean, he has improved his health and quality of life because now his goal is different, it has changed. Chris Bumstead was the best classic physique competitor we've ever had. No one has ever won 6 Olympias in classic like he has, and I don't think anyone will do it again for a long time. That dominance that CBUM had, that superiority over the others, I don't think it will happen with Dino or with Mike, or with those who will come in the near future. I think it will go back and forth between the two. What? What? Tener una hegemonía. What? What? The biceps aren't his strong suit. In fact, you don't really see big biceps on him, but his triceps are huge. His traps and chest are also really big, and you have to highlight the impressive definition he has, but first of all, this doesn't mean he's coming back. And second, if he comes back, he could win a pro show with just 2 or 3 months of preparation. Yes, I believe he could. But if he always shows up at the Olympia with this physique, I think he would even be out of the top 10 because he has lost quite a bit. He has an incredible shape, he's big, he's defined, yes, but he's not nearly as big as he used to be. That said, I also have to say in his favor that they're doing the step back trick to him, and that in some of these photos, because of the perspective, they look bigger than Chris, when Chris is probably as big or even bigger than Sam Sulek right now. So if Chris Bumstead comes back, would he win another Olympia? Not a chance. Now if he spent months or even a year preparing, maybe he could fight for it, but honestly I have my doubts. For me, the last version of CBUM was not the best. I think his best version was in 2023 or 2022, and I think that if he competed in 2026, he would be a little worse than in the other years. More worn out, injuries are taking their toll, and he has little room left to improve. In fact, I think that even if he had competed this year, he might not have been Mr. Olympia, or maybe Mike would have been 2nd and CBUM 3rd, who knows. Of course, it wouldn't have been easy for him to win, and I think that if he came back and got serious again, it still wouldn't be easy, and he might not even win. I already analyzed this pose by pose, in detail, in a video I uploaded a few months ago. I think Chris is where he should be. He's already done everything, and he doesn't owe us anything. Now let's talk about Q, the last Olympia. The 2024-212 Mr. Olympia heading into 2025, there wasn't as much improvement as expected. He did come in heavier, in fact he came in almost 3 kilos heavier, but he was also less defined and a bit flatter, and his midsection looked worse. So yeah, there wasn't much improvement. He's totally determined to make a big improvement for 2026. He says that at the last Olympia he weighed 94 kilos, which considering he could add a couple more kilos up to the weight limit of 96 kilos, and if he dials in his conditioning a bit more, he could add 3 or 4 more kilos there, so he's telling us that he still has room for improvement, and this is his current physique. Look, this is pumped up and Zemo looks huge with lats about to burst. His arms can't get any bigger, they're already huge, and he has an incredible V-taper. I don't think I've ever seen Keone so pumped, so big. And this year might really be the one where he makes a significant improvement if he wants to keep the title against some new 212 contenders who are coming in really strong. Honestly, he's training a lot. He's training really hard. I have to say that Kion trains really well. I watch his training sessions and I think he puts in a lot of effort and he's really good at training. I also have a video about this. And I think that if he manages to keep his midsection from getting worse, and if he manages to put on those 2, 3 or 4 more kilos of muscle while dialing in his conditioning, he's going to win at least one more title. I just hope he's doing a good job keeping his midsection under control. I always see him with waist trainers with compression gear, but I don't think that's enough. I hope he's doing everything he can so it doesn't stick out anymore. I don't know which of the two updates, Kion's or Chris Bumstead's, has impressed me more. I'd say Chris's because of the definition he's maintaining and the physique he still has. But what Keone is doing is also insane. And that's it for the video about Papa CBUM and Croissant Pearson. That's all. Hope you liked it. Aries White Bodybuilding signing off. See you next time. See more.